If you replace every single part of a boat, piece by piece, it's still the same boat. And if you rebuild the old parts into a new boat, then which one is the real one? That's one of the questions we'll be asking in today's game called Thought Experiment Simulator. Let's get into it. This is my first game, okay.
Hi there, I'm your narrator who will guide you through this adventure. Thank you for buying this game. Let me explain this game a little bit. Before we start the actual gameplay, you will need to read through some philosophical dialogues. They might seem a bit dry, but are essential for people who are unfamiliar with those thought experiments. Once that's done, the real fun begins, and I'll be right here with you, providing commentary and guidance.
Please don't be copyright. Let's go. Let's play the game.
You're in the mode selection menu now.
Okay.
I'd recommend going with story mode, but it's totally up to you.
Assuming this is story mode. Yep, let's go. In this game, thought experiments are based on real-life academic theories. Story mode designed for those with limited philosophy knowledge. Helps you understand each thought experiment with basic explanations, ensuring you grasp what's going on. If you prefer to skip the dialogues, you fast forward. Complete the dialogues unlocks the corresponding level in some mode. The core game is comfortable in some mode, so now they carefully. The game state isn't an expert, so there might be academic mistakes. Okay. Okay. The trolley problem, a classic. This part of the game is a little educational. If you're already familiar with the thought experiment, the trolley problem presents a moral dilemma where a runaway trolley can be redirected to save many lives at the cost of one. This scenario probes the ethical tension between utilitarian principles prioritizing the greater good and the protection of individual rights. Nietzsche. German philosopher, famous god is there. Yep. I don't like the trolley problem, or if you pull the lever, you sacrifice one person to save others. We don't banana. That's not how do Greek people sound. It's not banal, nature. It's a compelling theory. Confucius, Chinese. It speaks to the core of human morality. How do we choose which each part leads to harm?
Patu.
Nice pull. Very decisive.
Jou. Patu. Patu.
Goodbye, kangaroos. Today, the trolley hops for you.
Jou.
What is this?
Patu.
You just saved the world from fruit on pizza. A true hero.
Jou. Patu.
That's one way to avoid splitting the cake. More for you, I guess.
Jou.
Now you must choose between a teleport machine and a time machine. What could possibly go wrong?
Teleport.
Patu. Patu.
Let's leave it as is.
That was a classic case of instant karma. Nice work. Now you know how it feels to be on the receiving end of your own decisions.
Joep. Woe.
Dinosaur, aliens. Oh, this is a tough one. Oh, I didn't guess. My bad.
Earth's intergalactic relations might get a bit more tense.
Joep.
Unicorn.
Yeah.
Oh, a dragon. Oh, what?
Oui.
Congratulations! Your ride has been upgraded to interstellar travel.
Joep. Woe.
Oh, no, I don't know what's happening. Okay.
Pato.
Well, looks like gravity took a break.
What?
Pato.
Turning a human into a frog or frog into human?
Ah, a fan of amphibians, are we?
But I decreased it at the same time, though.
Whoa, whoa, what in the world are you doing? This is a thought experiment,
There we
not
go.
a drifting competition. You're absolutely
on.
ruining the
What is
scientific
the
process here.
I'll go to the next one.
Joep.
Next. Peridian's ass? Ooh. No, I actually don't know what it is. Well, I could have read it though. It's good. Illustrating the paradox of choice. A donkey equally hungry and equidistant from two identical bales of hay, undecided, starves to death. It highlights the challenge of decision making when faced with equally attractive options.
You will tangle with a famous dilemma, making choices that twist classic philosophical quandaries into amusing results. Let's see if you can guide this famously indecisive donkey or not. The fun, after all, is in the attempt and the absurdity of the outcomes. Oh, no, don't do this! Let the donkey decide! What have you done? Look at him roll away like a runaway hay bale! This is a thought experiment, not pinball! Before we proceed to the next round, let's take a moment to reflect on your experience with this level. This particular thought experiment posed quite a challenge in converting philosophical quandaries into interactive gameplay, and your feedback is crucial for refining it. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on how the scenario played out, and any suggestions you might have for improvement. Could you please rate this level's gameplay on a scale from 1 to 10? You know, actually, the game's creator is willing to see whatever score. In the previous design, you would be forced to rate a 10 here, but not anymore. He has updated the game. The game was released on July 22nd, and by the time I record these lines, it's August 1st. In the past week, he has checked every review on Steam and noticed that most of the negative reviews are about being forced to rate a 10 here. But do you know why he added the rating gameplay here? Because in the initial design of this level, the donkey was just standing there, and players could click hay or water. That's it. The original gameplay was this boring and plain. That's why he added more stuff in this game that might not be that philosophical or related to the thought experiment, but just to entertain you as a game itself. And to laugh at himself for the original boring design, he added the rating part because no one would choose to rate it a 10, not even himself. So he guessed it would be humorous to force a 10 rating. But that probably went too far and caused a bad experience for some players. Apology for that. Anyway, let me reveal some new stuff. Some efforts he put into this level to try and make this boring thought experiment more entertaining.
Okay, what's new? Welcome back, donkey. What is this?
Aha! When you thought the potion would give our donkey a fairy tale ending, the trolley returns with a splash of color. Even in a world of magical transformations, some things remain brutally consistent.
That's tragic.
Dot, dot.
Table. Trampoline.
Doing, 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 doing.
Our donkey has taken a leap of faith into a new career as a high jumper. Here's up when he finds what he's looking for out there, beyond the edge of the screen.
Dot, dot. Huh?
What?
Who needs a bird when you can have a boxing glove pop out? Lesson learned. Always expect the unexpected, especially when clocks start throwing punches.
That's fair enough. Okay.
Dot, dot.
Chili.
Who knew a bit of spicy
That's
pepper
crazy.
could turn our humble donkey into a fire-breathing spectacle, only to be extinguished by the ever-punctual trolley. Seems like even when donkeys breathe fire like dragon, they can't dodge destiny.
Dot, dot.
The chewing gum turned our donkey into a makeshift rocket, complete with propulsion, courtesy of its own natural gases. Who could have predicted that a bubble-blowing session would launch a donkey lunar mission? Sadly, even with such an impressive exit strategy, the moon is no place for a donkey. Or any of us, really.
Dot, dot.
Okay. Last one. That's the camera. Phone.
In today's digital age, even a donkey isn't safe from taking a perfect selfie. Unfortunately, this donkey's quest for social media fame turned shockingly electrifying. That's one way to go viral, but probably not the kind he had in mind.
Dot,
Yeah,
dot.
let's feed him more and see what happens.
Stop! The donkey must walk
That's
its own
water.
path. What the heck? This is an oceanic horror show. Now our donkey's shark bait, thanks to your bucket shenanigans.
Dot, dot.
Death. Okay, that's everything. Yeah. Brain in the vat. Brain in the vat is a philosophy. Brain in the vat is a philosophical. Brain in the vat is a philosophical. Brain in the vat is a philosophical scenario questioning reality that posits that a brain, if isolated and fed simulated experiences by a supercomputer, couldn't distinguish between the simulated world and reality, challenging an understanding of perception and existence. Hectic. I want to play the gameplay.
In this science lab, you'll question the very
Yeah,
fabric of your reality.
Skip button. Okay. Let's play it.
You're mixing those liquids now. Hope you know what you're doing, because I certainly don't have a clue. There you go, floating up like a birthday party decoration. How's the view from up there? Hey, we're here for the brain. This is a philosophical simulation, not a high school science class.
Dot, dot.
Oh, well, it seems you've just disappeared. Should I call someone, or will you be popping back soon? Back at it with the potions. After that last wild ride, I'm not sure if I'm excited or terrified to see what happens this time. One moment it's just you, and suddenly it's a screen full of yous. How many of you does it take to solve a puzzle, I wonder? The chemistry set? Oh, come on. The real mystery is in the vat, not these beakers and flasks. Looking for a brain, and you found one. Yours. A bit of an extreme method, but effective. Here we go again with the mixing. I must admit, your dedication to unpredictable transformations is truly something to behold. Now you've turned into a cat. Fluffy and adorable, but do you also feel the urge to knock things off tables? A giant snail transformation. This twist feels familiar, as if drawn from the pages of a nightmarish spiral tale. Inspecting the vat and hoping to find some deep, dark secrets. What better way to ponder the human condition than with a game designed for kindergartners? Wait, what? You solved the puzzle, and suddenly everything zooms out. Are we still in the same lab? This makes no sense at all.
No, I think with that one, I'm finished here. That's enough philosophy for one day. It's a good game. It's filled my brain with philosophical thoughts. Filled it to the brim. I feel Nietzsche and Confucius and Aristotle leaking through my brain. Yeah, that's another video. Thank you for watching. And see you in the next one.